Like give us the foundation and build to the now. So that we could really unpack it, so they can be real for the Black idea guys and girls out there.
So all right, so like just my journey.
Yeah, the journey. Because people sit here and see a nice suited and booted. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta know.
Right, so I'm from the bottom.
Gotta let them know. Let them know. Talk it.
528.
This ain't a humble space. You know what I'm saying?
528 West 2nd Street, apartment 3A.
Talk to him.
I'm from the bottom for real. Grew up in the projects, right? But I travel. I've been everywhere.
Mm-hmm. How many countries?
Well, at that time, remember, it's a journey.
Oh, the journey.
Yeah, the journey.
Give it to him.
So at that time, I didn't been in any countries at that time.
Right.
I just, my mom, because we was so poor, we moved from different places. So I was all over Plainfield, but then I lived down south. I lived in Alabama. I lived in Ocilla, Georgia, like the country Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
I lived in North Carolina. I lived in Brooklyn. I lived plenty of places. Like I'm just always traveling, right? And the from my transition, I read The Message to the Black Man. That changed my life.
Mm-hmm. Right? At what age were you? The first time you read, I'm sure you.
The first time I read it, I was 20 years old. Right, 19, 20 years old. Now, I'll always, as a child, because my best friends, they was in the mosque. So when I went to my grandmother's house on the weekends, sometimes I will go to the mosque. Right, every now and again. But then at 17, I said, I was in military school. I was like, I don't believe in. I started studying. I grew up in the church, so the churches, they couldn't answer my questions that I wanted. Mm-hmm. Right, so just have faith in the Lord. No. That I don't. You wasn't accepting it. I wasn't accepting. That's what they tell slaves. All right, I'm not a slave. Right, I knew in every fiber of my being that I need answers. Right, and if you can't give me the answers, then you can't teach me something that you don't know. Mm-hmm. So everybody's subconsciously saying that they don't know. So because they don't know and couldn't give me an answer, I know you wasn't the person to follow. I only follow knowers, not maybes. Mm-hmm. Not I don't, you know what I'm saying? I only
nothing with skepticism, nothing that you can be a skeptic about.
Because that's how you make a good slave. That's how you make good slaves. Like they told you the tactics. Why not go against, or why not do opposite of what they said? That's how they made good slaves. Mm-hmm. So I was 17. I started studying anything, Christianity, again, just
out of your own curiosity.
My own curiosity, right?
Trying to find the answers.
Me and my boy Mike Lowe. Shout out to Mike Lowe, because me and him was in military school together. Plainfield holding it down. Mm-hmm, you feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about real facts when I say hold it, because that military school is none but people from like different hoods in New Jersey. Like we was holding it down. so that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Shout out to all of the other cadets at that time. But y'all know Plainfield ran that thing. So listen. Respectfully. So then now I'm out of military school. I'm graduated at 17 years old after studying everything. Shout out to Mr. Mike Brown. He was always would come get me. He took a liking to me and Mike, because he allowed us to clean up we had community service. Mm-hmm. So you had to get like 400 or 500 hours of community service in order for you to graduate. So he would take us to the soccer field. So now I'm meeting different, soccer, that's a different type of people, right? Not people look like me and you.
Absolutely
right?
not, right.
So Mr. Mike Brown, a black man, older gentleman, JB, Mr. JB, not Mike Brown, Jim Brown. Mm-hmm. Right. And Mr. JB would come get me, and I had that time to study. So I would study everything. Then I start accepting Orthodox Islam, and my father was a Muslim. He whispered a shahada in my ear, but I wasn't raised a Muslim because I wasn't raised with my dad. I was raised with my mom's side of the family. So then now, I graduate. I'm out in the streets. I'm following the Sunnah at that time of what they gave us. Right, that's another topic. So then I went into the military because I was still in the streets because I graduated early. My mom tried to send me to college. I did 2 semesters in Union County College. I'm hustling. Yeah. I'm still selling drugs. Right. I've been selling drugs since I was 12 years old. Right. I used to steal drugs from my mom and resell them in the hood. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because my mom was selling drugs at the time. And so then during that transition of going into the military, I went to the military, came home. I still was selling drugs.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Like, this is what it is. And I remember, shout out to Manny, gave me a message to the black man. And he said, bro, read this. And as after I read message to the black man, it changed my life. I no longer couldn't even sell drugs properly. I couldn't even, I'm wilding. I remember this one specific time that the boys ran down, the narcs ran down, and all because I had this book. I'm sitting on the steps with the book, a message to the black man. They didn't even put me on a wall. Bro, I had so much drugs on me at that time. No, I'm dead serious. It's only because I had that book in my hand.
So it sent them a message that you was different. That you were
100%.
Really.
Now, when I was hustling, I was working during the day. I worked at Twin Brooks Country Club.
Okay.
I worked at an insurance company. I also worked at Burlington Coal Factory. I worked during the day and I hustled at night. But when I was off, if I was able to align my days to be off, then I would hustle during the day.
Yeah.
And I had so much drugs on me. They didn't put me on the wall. And I was like, damn. I went the next day. I said, yo, man, I want to learn how to cut hair. He was like, all right, you got to ask my dad. His father at the time was going through something.
You talking about Manny on Fifth?
That's right.
Right on.
That's right.
On Burke. Was it Berkman?
That's
Fifth
and Richmond.
Richmond.
Yeah, Fifth and Richmond.
Okay.
Right. They was on Berkman back in the day.
Okay.
When we was little. Right. So his father was like, nah. Right. So I went. So Manny was like, nothing I could do. Manny was the manager there, but he couldn't hire me because his father just left it with his sons. Right. Which respectfully, it's cool. I understand. Plus, he was going through something. So I went to Carlos, right? I went to Carlos. Carlos told me, Carlos up in Denellen.
Okay.
In the cut. Carlos said, I don't got a spot for you, right? And I just think, shout out to Carlos. I think Carlos is just only hiring Spanish people. But that's my guy though, right? That's my guy.
as company culture.
But he didn't just tell me no. He sent me to the person who taught him how to cut, which was Doug, right around the corner, Amazing Cuts.
Okay.
Doug not only taught me how to cut hair. First of all, he's like, you know how to cut hair? I was like, yeah. Lied. So I was like, yeah. He said, all right, come tomorrow, bring your clippers. My mom, when I told her I wanted to learn how to cut hair, that's the only time she was coming. Now she's coming to my aid.
Yep.
Right?
What's crazy, I want to mention Doug too. Funny enough, funny thing about my relationship with Doug, shout out to Doug. Doug was the first barber shop that bought a decent order of dap. The first barbershop.
Shout out to Doug. Yeah, that's what,
he bought a 16 pack
Doug,
of that.
Man, a lot of us got some good stories about Doug.
Doug, yeah, shout out to
Doug. He'll give you a shirt off his back, man. Yeah. So not only did he teach me how to cut hair, he taught me how to run a business. He said, the stuff that you was doing in the streets, I'm gonna show you how to do it legally.
Yeah.
Right? Because it ain't like I was hustling. I had people under me hustling for me the whole 9 yards. So like I knew management. I just had to translate it into. When I was in military school, they always made me. I was the platoon leader, and when I went into the military, I was the flight leader. So I was always in a position of leadership.
So let me ask you this, right? So with your path and all of this military, sort of direction that you had, was discipline something that you always was able to harness? Like did you have to learn discipline?
I had to learn discipline because my father wasn't there, so I needed that. But again, even though I had discipline, I ain't really had that much. It was only when I got into the Nation of Islam that I really harnessed discipline. Right? It's totally different. And the reason being is because it's easy to have discipline in the military when that's the culture that you're around.
I agree.
But in the Nation of Islam, when you leave, you can be on your own. You going home. You don't gotta practice that discipline. But guess what? If y'all all know I'm Muslim, if y'all caught me inside the liquor store, y'all gonna be like, what this nigga doing in the liquor store? You understand what I'm saying? Now, we both in a liquor store, both know drinking ain't good for us, but you gonna look at me as, bro, why? Because the nation has...
you're held to a different standard.
I'm held to a different
standard.
Right? It says, the Holy Quran says that Jesus fashioned a bird and breathed light into it, and that bird was soaring. So you see people look up when they think of us because of the reputation that we have been built. We've been fashioned as birds and breathe the word, which is life, breath. The word has been put into us. So we are held at a certain standard that we can't even do certain things that everybody, even if we want to.
Let me ask you this, Ra. So for someone that may not be embedded into the nation, right? Someone that walks a different path, right? Not to say that they're righteous, right? They're righteous, and they do different things, but they're positioned by outsiders as someone that is held to a different standard, right? Someone that is of high value, right? And they're not in the nation. Like, what are some things do you think? Because it seems like, okay, similar, I would say, equivalently, right? Okay, maybe this could be a good example, could not be a good example. Frats, right? Fraternities and sororities, right? These organizations validate some people to where they're now held to a different standard, right? Would you say that, okay, in the nation, you're held to a different standard? For someone that isn't in a frat, that someone that's not in a sorority, someone that's not in the nation or in like a faith-based organization, right? What are some things that these individuals do that they can be positioned to another standard?
I think just be yourself and accept your own.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Be a civilized person. You don't got to be in the Nation of Islam to be a civilized person. It helps. But you don't need to be in the... And put like this. You don't have to be a member in the Nation of Islam to be a civilized person. Just act civilized.
Right.
Right? Do unto... I think the best religion is to do unto others what you want done unto you. Period. So if you act in that manner, then you be just fine. Right? You don't, so to go on prior, mind you, I wasn't in the nation then, right? But I was positioning myself, right? So at 20, I said, I'm going to retire at 35. Right? So, but I didn't actually start. It just this
like
last
making the actionable steps
to four. No, I was making actionable, not me knowing, not consciously. Right? That's why words is powerful. I say I wanted to do something. I knew the time was running out. So when I turned 30, that's when I started really putting myself in a position to really retire in 5 years. So what I said was a 15-year plan. I'm really doing it in 5 years. And
but it took 10 to position yourself
because I was still running around
the
whole night. Then I had children at 20. I got married at 26, 27 years old, right? And that was making me more serious. See, you also got to do things that make you serious, right? See,
that's heavy.
So
that just hit home. You're right.
Men, responsibility makes us more serious. The more responsibility that a man has, the more he has to be more serious. When you shy away from responsibility, then that means he's not really serious. So then now, the more pressure that you put on a man, you see him shine and glow. See, we think that pressure, I don't need that pressure. Then you ain't ready for to be a man.
Right.
The position of a man is like fire. He warms everyone around him, but he burns himself. Right? So at the end of the day, you have to have that pressure.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't subscribe to men waiting to 35 to start taking women seriously. No, you need a woman, God damn it. All right? A woman in your life, because a woman going to show you who you really are. Let's just make that perfectly clear here. She going to show, her nature is to show you yourself. You think you a man until you get with a woman, and she show you how much you ain't what you say you are.
What you say you are,
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Right? So, because if she could steal the God out of you, damn it, then you going to be... That moon going no, it's the truth. So at the end of the day, like, we need responsibility. We need to be able to be more serious in life. All this, have fun in your 20s. You teaching people not to have discipline. You're teaching them not to have discipline. I don't care. Well, I'm not saying not to have discipline, but that's what you're telling them when you tell them not to take nothing serious. Well, take your career serious. All right. He a man with poor character.
Right.
He's a man with poor character. It's you not giving the I think bad parenting strategies is the reason why we are the way we are. We don't know nothing about conflict resolution. Why you don't know nothing about conflict resolution? Because you was told to have fun in your 20s and not to take women serious. So if you're not taking women serious, then you don't know how to deal with conflict. Because you can you could argue with your friends all day long and keep it moving. But that woman who you trying to nail, she acting funny towards you you gotta learn skillfully in tactics how to get around to lower her defense mechanism. So you're learning what? Conflict resolution. You're learning de-escalation skills. You're learning how to give and receive feedback. Because a woman isn't meant to submit to a man who don't know how to deal with conflict resolution. So it's a whole bunch of men out here who don't know nothing about that. That's a skill.
Yeah.
If I haven't worked, every now and again I will go get a job, work at night, long as it doesn't conflict with my own businesses. Mm-hmm. If it's the right price, I will work for 6 months, right? And as I work for the job, they say, "Well, what is your qualifications?" I never tell them that I own my own stuff in the beginning.
Right.
In the interview, that's
intimidating to an employer.
Definitely,
right?
Because they
know
think
you're a flight risk, them, right?
100%. So I just tell them, yeah, I have great conflict resolution skills. Mm-hmm. I know how de-escalation skills. I know how to give and receive feedback. Mm-hmm. These are all skill sets,
right?
That I know most of the employees in our generation and behind, they don't have. They need that at a job. So I'm left alone. So I was working at the Holiday Inn overnight, man, night auditing. Mm-hmm. Immediately they left me after my training. I only did a week training by myself, running the whole entire hotel, mm-hmm. and had that thing moving. Mm-hmm. Because obviously I own my own business, so I understand how to deal with people, the whole 9 yards. But that's a skill set that most of us don't have. I don't need to, I got this degree, I got X, Y, I'm certified in this. I don't need none of that. I'm certified in dealing with people.
Yep.
That's it. My PhD is the power to heal the dead. All right? That's it. Yep. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, I think that those who are in a structure like the Nation of Islam, just be yourself.
Yep.
Learn these skill sets. Go into a behavior class. Learning different behavior patterns. Learning different, when you see something, this person might be, very defensive because something must have happened. I can always tell when someone either been molested, raped, or something traumatic, like
trauma.
A real, not all trauma is trauma, but like something devastating happened to them as a child. I can always tell that based upon how you are, right? And in our conversations, I can always tell that if I talk to you long enough, it only going to take me about a few conversations with you, mm-hmm. because, I've been dealing with enough people like that. Man, so many people hit me in my DMs, bro. Yo, I felt what you said, man. Because I read this book called, shout out to Marie, my boy Alan, his sister. She, the Body Keeps the Score, right? By this clinical psychologist.
Shout out. That title is crazy. The Body Keeps the Score.
The Body Keeps the Score. You got to learn that. You can always tell when something traumatic happened to someone. I could always tell when a man hates another man or men, or when a man hates women, or when women hates a man, or women hate other women. You like something happened.
Right.
You're not born hating people.
Defensive, right? Like you're not born with that, that protective nature.
If we had, here we go. It just made me pop in my mind.
Let's get active.
If we had the same faith as an adult that we had when we was a child, we would be a hell of a lot successful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do I mean? Look at a baby, and a doctor gives the baby to the mother. And the baby immediately is next to her breast. What does the baby do? Start sucking.
You just start sucking. Yep.
Now the baby don't know what's in there.
Right.
The baby don't know nothing was in there. But the baby just starts sucking, having faith that it will receive something.
Like blindly.
It took risk.
Yeah.
You as a child took risk. But you didn't need to know what was in there. You just start sucking. Who told you to suck?
This is a wild. This is
now as a adult human being, because this world that we live in has destroyed your self-confidence within yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even have the same faith anymore. Within yourself, you don't believe in yourself. That's why the number one thing that people want to know is their purpose in life.
Their purpose.
It helps build their confidence. It helps build their self-worth. It helps build their knowing their value. It allows them to go away from tables that people don't appreciate their value.
So getting closer to your retirement at 35, we went through
March 30th. 2023.
It's done.
Wow.
Yo.
Damn, it's really, I'm gonna be able to homeschool my daughters. I do it now. And I'm gonna be able to, I want to live. I'm gonna be living at certain places for months at a time with my daughters, teaching them, understanding different cultures, living bruh. I can't wait for this to happen, and it's gonna be hard.
So one of my good friends, my boy Ty Griff, shout out to the homie Griff. He tweeted something. He always tweets these like really introspective tweets, and he's big into the real estate development space, and like he always talks about the road to freedom is he references Monopoly. You need 3 greenhouses and 1 hotel, right?
Monopoly,
right? 3 greenhouses and 1 hotel, and that's the roadmap. You'll be good. You got that rentals and property. So that's one element of like passive and like financial stability to be able to set yourself up to potentially retire at a young age of 35, right? And
that's
one way, right? What are the ways? My question is like, with that being a reference, right? What are some routes that can be taken for someone to set themselves up for a realistic 5-year pursuit to retire at 35, starting from struggle?
All right, so take the first year, don't go out.
Okay. Sacrifice.
No partying.
No partying.
For what?
What does it do? What does limiting that excitement or limiting what entertainment value gonna be? Like, what does that do to is it for spiritual? Is it for mental? Is it for financial? Is it
less distractions? You're not being entertained away from the goal. Don't go out. Save your money. Going out is expensive for men.
It is.
Women could go out and don't pay for nothing.
Yeah.
All right. She bad.
Yeah.
Every nigga in there paying for it.
Right. Right.
Let's just be clear.
Right.
You can't do what women do. That's first of all. Like, it's expensive to go out. When the last time you went out?
I went to a birthday party last night.
Last night at a club?
No.
At
Backyard.
somebody's house. Oh,
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah.
So you ain't really spend.
I didn't go out. No.
All right. When the last time you been out?
I really don't go out. I want to say last month.
All right. Where did you go?
I was invited to a dinner, and after that, we went to a bar.
All right. How much did you spend on that?
I spent at least in New York City. I spent at least $150.
All right, $150. That's too much.
It was way too much. Extremely way too much.
I know,
absolutely.
I know we in the New Jersey, New York area. I'm like, man, that's a breeze. I understand when you talking about stunting. We not in the stunting part. I'm talking about it's too much for someone that's on a mission.
Right. I agree.
That's what I'm talking about.
I agree.
Generally, that's cheap for New York.
Yeah.
$150.
Right.
Like, let's be clear here. But
and I understand that I know myself. Like
and you was limited. You limited everything. That's only you probably had a few beers.
Yeah. I'm very, very
100%.
lenient in how I go out. I don't 100%. Try to wild out.
When we go out, that's why I don't go out.
Mm-hmm.
Go to events. I go to events already paid for the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I don't even got to do nothing.
Right.
Food is being served. I don't drink. So at the end of the day, I'm good. So don't go out for a year. Imagine most people go out almost every weekend.
Right. Weekend warriors.
$150 a day every time you go out. That's $300 a weekend. Right?
And that could be on the entertainment. That ain't gas. That ain't the drip.
I was about to say,
that ain't the drip. That ain't gas.
100%. So what's that? That's what, $1,200 a month?
Easily.
Right? 3, 6. Yep. That's $1,200 a month. If for 12 months, if you stack $1,200, what's that? 200 times what? 12?
Man, we just going.
It's
14.
14,000. About to say
14,
that was a little
14 bands.
14 bands. What can you do with $14,000, Alan? I'm just quizzing you right now. You asking me, but we giving the answer.
I'll do a hell of a lot of 14,000 right now.
What would you invest in?
First thing I put 14,000 into, I would get into trucking.
Okay.
I would get into trucking.
Trucking makes money.
It makes money quickly. I would put that towards a truck. To an hard ass. I'll probably put it behind either a mobile billboard, right? I would buy a mobile billboard or invest with a partner into a mobile billboard truck unit. I'd try to use that to some sort of rental property.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to go into that.
You know what I'm saying? I put that
my whole 14 bands is going into buying a rental property.
Yeah, I definitely do that.
And then that rental property does what?
I mean, that's going to be passive income for the rest of my life.
But what does that?
It appreciates.
And what does that one rental property gonna get you? Another rental property.
Oh, exactly.
And then that rental property gets you what?
Another
rental property.
Right.
This is how you, in 5 years, could stop working. And then to a point, if you keep doing that over and over again, you don't need to work. You can hire somebody to do it. You just check the numbers. I'm gonna wake up for 20 minutes. That's it. It's the only thing I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I'm just talking to my manager. That's it. That's how you able to do it. If I would have known that at 20, I'd have been so far ahead. If I wouldn't never stop. If I'd have stopped procrastinating, stop partying, become more serious, I would have been did that.
So is it fair to say that real estate it has to be like the greatest passive income stream of all wealth generating avenues to go down.
But
it has
real estate it's not about the money in real estate. It's about what the real estate can get you access to the money. So if you got 5 homes, you can get $1 million. You can go to the bank and go.
You can leverage that.
You can leverage. I need $1 million in cash. That's it. And if you don't pay them back, they take the money. They
just take the homes.
They take the homes that you if you're in New Jersey, 2 homes would be that $1 million. They just gonna take the 2 homes.
Right.
And now you got 3 homes and $1 million in cash.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Now, I know I'm making it sound easy.
Oh, no, but I mean,
it's a process that goes
at an overview level. We get it.
But the meat and potatoes is that. You got to have discipline. Become more serious. But no one wants to work with you. The bank or anyone else or investors don't want to work with you when you're not serious. Become serious.
Yeah.
I want to hear about you partying every goddamn weekend.
Right.
Oh, you don't got no. Where your woman at? You ain't in no type of relationship? You ain't serious about life. You ain't married to nobody. How old are you? You ain't been through at least one marriage.
Right. At least one.
You don't got no children? I can't trust you to run my business. When you have children and a life partner, and children, which is why half of our faith is taking on a wife and children. That's half of our faith. The other half is the studying part. But the way your children and your wife will work you as a man, you'll be learning conflict resolution. You'll be learning how to keep that household intact.
Yeah.
And a person that knows how to do that is a person that can run my business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means they working out together. Oh, he courted properly. I'm hearing you go on your court stage. You just all in love with her because of the box. I can't trust you. That means you're impulsive.
Right.
I don't need nobody that's impulsive running my business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And look, this is another way how you can make some money. Have a management company. Find you somebody that owns a whole bunch of houses, right? Say if you got somebody that owns 100 houses, right? 50 houses. Like, listen, I'm gonna manage your, what's the name? Just every month I just need $10 a house.
Right.
10 times 50 is what? $500, right?
500.
That's $500 that you know for a fact that you're going to make from one client over 50 houses. It's $500, and that's light. Really, in reality, you would ask for $100 a house.
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah.
I just went low.
Yeah.
I just went on a low aspect, super low, because if you dealing with 7 clients that giving you $10 a house, and they all got at least minimum of 50 houses. They go, you listening.
Right.
So, but if you really, in reality, the right market value is $100 a house.
Mm-hmm.
So you would ask for $100 a house. 100 times 50 is what?
It's $5,000
a month. There's ways of doing it. Ways of doing it. And if you really want to live rent free, you don't got to give me a $5,000 a month. Just give me an apartment, and just give me $3,500 a month. That's $1,500 that you're paying for the what's the name, and then you live rent free, but you have access to $3,500 a month. We ain't talking about you could do Instacart. Shout out to Instacart, because you could get a bag doing that.
Yo, what's crazy? I did Instacart for one day, and I was in a supermarket for like 3 hours.
Because you ain't know what you're doing.
I ain't know what I was doing, bro. I ain't.
Listen, I have trucks. I have box trucks. I have different things that I'm doing. I'm not gonna go into.
Mm-hmm.
I still do Instacart. I make minimum $250 in a few hours, like 3 hours, because I do it from 6 to 9. Right? I make.
You must be like a super user, like a super.
I just go to Wegmans.
Oh, all right, cool.
Wegmans and Woodbridge. You'll be back and forth to Jersey City. That's it. Hoboken to Jersey City. I don't do nothing less underneath for $50.
Mm-hmm.
I want no Wegmans like the back of my head. Where it says on the thing it might take you an hour and a half, I'll be out of there in 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I do. That's $250 a day. That pays car insurance. That pays car notes. That gives me gas money. The whole 9 yards. You can't cheat the process though.
Can't cheat the process.
You was in there for 4 hours and you said this is a waste of my time. I know what I could have been doing because you didn't learn the store yet. When you learn the store,
I didn't.
It's so much easier because you can't cheat the process. When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too. So you're gonna sacrifice in the beginning. I didn't know, I understood because the first time I was like, damn, I'm in here, but I kept on going. I'm like, wait till I learn this stuff. Look, entrepreneurs don't hear the word no. They hear the word no. I'm gonna find a way.
Right.
I said, all right, I gotta learn the store. When I learned this store, now I only could do now if I want I could do it longer. But if you wake up at 6, be at Wegmans at 6 a.m., you're gonna get my first joints is normally between $60 to $70. My goal was only to make $200, really, in reality.
Yeah.
They go almost, that's 70%, right? Of what I need right now.
Right.
I'm gonna get there though. Right? So, man, I should say that's around 40-something%. But yeah, you understand what I'm saying though. But yeah, you can't skip the process, bro. You can't cheat the process. Everybody has to go through process in life. Life is risky. It's more risky not doing nothing. When you don't, still water gets muddy, right?
Unpack that.
Well, there go a bottle of water. Take that off. Right? Here go a bottle of water. Right? This water stays right here. Right now, you could drink this water.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good for you.
Right.
If you leave this water for 365 days, would you trust to drink it?
Nah.
Why?
I would I wouldn't drink it because if I left this room and I didn't know if there was someone coming in and out of the room, but the water bottle's still there, I wouldn't drink the water.
All right,
because
so
of those
you
reasons.
bought a 24-pack of waters. It's at your house.
Okay.
That is, if you bought it today, you would drink it today. But if you left that pack at your house, this bottle of water at your house for 365 days, would you crack open that bottle of water and drink it?
I would.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do it?
Hell no. There's chemicals in here. You let it sit for that long, still, water becomes bad for you. Water has to flow, which is why when you go out the country, or even in this country, flowing water, you can drink and it tastes so fresh. But you can't allow water to sit still long enough because it becomes contaminated, even if it wasn't no chemicals in here. So you can drink running water that flows, but the water that sits still becomes what? Muddy. The water,
Understood.
You allow bacteria to set in. And now it becomes contaminated from the pollution in the air and everything. But that same waterfall that you see looks so white and fresh, you can put your hand underneath there and drink, and it's actually better for you than the Polar Spring.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's moving water. It's running off of rocks. Rocks have minerals in it. So it's a whole bunch of minerals in the water. You would drink from a well water, right?
Of course.
Why? It's moving. But now if you take that bucket of water from the well and you let it sit outside for a day, would you drink it?
Nah.
Why? Because it's been sitting, it's not moving no more.
And I think that goes into like filtration or circulation of it, right?
100%. So it filters itself, right? So at the end of the day, you have to keep yourself in motion.
Gotcha.
You can't skip the process. We started off by saying that the Earth spins at 1,037 and a third miles per hour. If the world stops spinning, we will all die. The Earth has to spin. A rock is moving. It's decaying every single day. It's in motion. Everything in the universe is in motion.
Let me okay. So I have something interesting that I want to add to that. So last week someone brought me a gift on the show. He got me a book. It was called Stillness is Key. Right? And I also have a quote where people say don't mistake activity for progression. Because just because we're moving doesn't mean that we're moving in the right direction or that we're making progress. So while you're saying that stillness is, stillness, if something, you got to keep moving, sometimes, like, would you agree that sometimes it's best to just be still?
Isn't it still?
Yes.
You can drink it right now.
But right now, but you're saying
how long? But if you stay still for too long, what happens?
Oh, so you're staying. So constant still behavior is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that listen.
So you can't stand still for too long.
No,
Right.
sir. But
Right.
I think that you should only stand still really when you don't know. When you in darkness, stand still and only move off of what you know.
Right.
Right? Don't move off of what you don't know. Move off of what you know. So, yes, there are exceptions to the rules in life.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. But in reality, what is life teaching us? Life is actually teaching you to keep moving.
Of course.
Evolving. Do still people evolve? Still people are dead. They live horizontal. That's a horizontal life. I'm trying to live a vertical life.
Yep.
Anything still is standing still. Yes, you got to know when to make the move, and you need to know how to move. But most times people stand still when they don't know something. And that's when you're supposed to stand still, when you don't know, right? So, yes, there is a lesson into that, not taking nothing away from that. But life teaches you have to find a way to keep it moving. Because even you standing still, look at life teaching you. You start decaying in the grave.
Right.
To go back to what? So the earth from which you came. And then you, nothing but bacteria. Organisms. Right? Then making the soil more better. right? So, and then now what? You plant seeds, right? And then you help further the land so these trees can grow, and then these apples can fall, and then someone can eat, and this person could defecate. It's a cycle, movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You always got to have some type of movement going on.
So as we we're gonna try to corral it all back,
Yes,
right, and reel it in. We're gonna reach, we've reached the point of where I can see the finish line on this, but you're getting closer to retiring at your young, ripe age of 35, right? It's a huge, tall task. We spoke today about a lot of different things, and as you went through your transition, right? We learned a little bit about your journey from within your 15-year run, right? I mean, and even previous to getting to the man that I'm sitting in front of today. What sums you up, right? Like what will sum you up completely, right? From when people see the internet clips of you, when people hear the wisdom, they see you, clean and suited, and what sums all that up? Like what is the equal sign of it all?
It's hard for me to give you that answer, and because we believe that it's always constant growth. First of all, I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Right. Many great men that I talk to on this platform are not.
Yeah, and I don't have a period next to my name because I'm not dead yet.
Right.
That's something for y'all to say. Really, in reality. I mean, for me to give you a perception of myself, it's just a perception. That's pride. That's ego, right? Pride. It's about self, right? It's hard to see yourself, but you can better probably explain. I mean, I know who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Right? I know who I am because I am who I am, not just because I was born today and I come from a lineage, right, of people, right? And they made their bones. So, your DNA has that in your DNA, genetically. So I'm more than just what I am. I'm adding to it, right? So only y'all can really say that at a time. I'm just a servant. That's what it all boils down to. I'm just a servant, and I love I love to serve people. So, and that's what makes me who I am. I want more so I can give more. And it's not a cliche. It's not something to sound good. It's not even I'm not even being humble.
Yeah.
That's really, it's popping being a servant.
Right.
It's really fun being a servant. That's my life.
Yeah.
It's really, and if you're not a servant, then I feel bad for you. Because the best thing that you can see is what can you do for others? I'm raising daughters now. Not for my own thing, but so I can give them to the world and say, my children going to add to the culture.
Of course.
They got something to add. It ain't to build their family up. It's to build the nation up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're not a servant, then shame on you. That's the best thing that you can be. It's to affect others. I want to say this, and I was about to say it before, right? He says, he says, a man was born of a woman.
Right.
Right? So it doesn't make a difference if God give you an extra 15 or 51 years. It's about what you doing with the time that you're here.
Right.
Right? Are you adding knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, culture, refinement, love, peace, and happiness? That's fulfillment. What are you doing with your time in this life? I see brothers, what's going on, bro? Nah, man, I woke up another day. So what are you doing with your life?
Right.
What are you doing? You just happy you woke up? You should never woke up if you're not adding.
Right.
We don't need you if you're not adding. If you're not lifting the burden, then you adding to it.
I talk about this a lot about not just being a consumer but a producer, right? Like people need to produce it. Yeah, like it's all I really know, you know. And I think when you stand in these positions long enough, it starts to become a part of your DNA.
100%.
You know, like, so it goes exactly what you're saying about adding, right? Like, all I know, like, it's to the point where for birthdays, literally, like, for the last 2 birthdays I've had, I would literally spend months creating content, creating web series, creating stuff, and I would, like, present it to people on my birthday. And I would, like, you know, I would do things like that. Like, I created a show called The Social Scene. You would call it Social Scene. Like,
yes, sir.
Social Scene, and I presented them on April 5th on my birthday. And I literally, like, rented out a venue, had the bar, had everybody there, and I would, like, present this to people as it would be a birthday gift to them technically, but that's what made me feel whole.
You being a producer. Because being a producer means you're doing what? You're being productive.
Right.
You're
it's
being productive with your time.
It's all I know.
A man's nature is to be a producer.
Yeah.
Which is why the reason why we not realize it subconsciously, our women doesn't really respect us, because as black men, can we honestly say that we're being producers as a whole?
I think there's definitely a smaller percentage than there's a small percentage than the mass.
Exactly. Because guess what? What is a producer?
A producer is someone that can cultivate and be able to bring things together to achieve a goal, right?
Do we need hospitals?
Yes.
As the black men producing hospitals, are women getting the degrees of being doctors and nurses? But are we coming together to produce and buy a building to turn that to a clinic so we can pay our women? Or do our women have to go to the white man, the producer, for education and for a job?
Both.
Exactly.
Right.
So how can she actually respect you when she got to go to another man? You want her to respect you, but she got to go to another man for a job and education. We need supermarkets. I know it's probably a few black supermarkets out here, but on a mass level, do we have our own supermarkets?
No.
So the black man is failing at that. When your woman needs food, who she go to? The white man for food. He has the supermarkets. When do we have our own? Are we making our own cars?
No.
So when our woman needs a car, she has to go to another man for a car. A producer is one who produces in his environment.
Right.
And providing, look at the pro. All of these is PROs in it.
Oh, yeah.
Providing for his woman and his children. But you want the respect. You want the woman to submit to you and you don't produce a goddamn thing. This is a producer. This is being productive with our time. This is what we mean by that. But we hate ourselves so much. Man, I ain't letting Alan get one over me. I ain't working with him. He gonna make all the money, idiot. Sounding stupid.
Sounding crazy.
Not realizing that now, even if Alan is making the most money, now my daughters can see someone that look like her.
Representation is key.
Representation is key. Your children get to see, but you won't want to sacrifice that for your own children, all because of you, your ego and pride, because you can't be at the top.
Right. God
damn it, you ain't at the top because you got that attitude in the first place. That's why you can't be at the top. Pebble to a rock to a building. And I understand why we are in these conditions. I'm not letting this not a scapegoat for our open enemy. However, it's our fault that we don't get ourselves out these conditions. Be a producer.
I agree.
And the reason why the black man is so depressed, because he know innately in his every fiber in his being, he's supposed to have this. He's supposed to be a producer. And when a man can't produce, then that means he becomes frustrated. And when he's frustrated, he can't make the best decisions in life. So the minister said that we are like germs who came on a planet that never germinates. Because we're not producing. We have to become producers. Accept your own and be yourself.
Yo, on that note right there, we have to become producers. We're gonna continue to be producers.
100%.
You know, that's what we do.
That's right.
You know, so what do you have like? So I mean, as you get closer to the year of retirement next year, I'm gonna keep like this is lit. So I'm gonna call you like we definitely gonna continue to tap in because that's a tall goal. That's a goal. Like, and that's a goal that I want to really be a part of your journey and help you to get there even faster than before your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to do.
I just want to link up when I retire. I want to take like minds, men who are working, and I just want to team up. Like, yo, bro, let's get this building and make it a clinic.
Done.
Let's go get this hospital. That's the only thing I want to do. I just want to bring people. My greatest asset is bringing people together. Mm-hmm. Like I know all of the right people and just bringing it together.
You have an infectious personality too, though.
Well,
I mean, people gravitate to you. You know.
Yeah, man. I just want to bring into like, let's do this. Oh, what's your wife do? Oh, she's an accountant. Oh, we need this firm so she can work.
Right.
There. She'll love you a lot more when you writing a check to her.
Oh yeah.
Just think about it. Right now.
That's the ultimate.
There's 4 of us in this room, right? We literally, you got a degree?
I got a degree.
In what?
My degree's in management.
Perfect. You got a degree? What is it? Communication. You got a degree? And I don't have a degree. I got certificates, but I don't got a degree. Mm-hmm. Right? Without even you be a great asset, because now what we'll do is, all right, man, we all need 10 apiece. Let's go buy a quick little building, small little building, and turn it into a clinic. Do you know how powerful it is to be able to write a check to a doctor? You ain't even a doctor.
Right.
But you writing a check to the doctors.
Right. I'll tell you one of the, so.
You don't need no degrees to own a clinic, for the record.
But you're right.
Now we even more qualified. Why? Because we have a man that is in management.
Yep. I'll tell you what's so crazy is with that, I just want to throw this quick experience in. Like, I met a gentleman who owns dental clinics. He owns dental clinics. Mm-hmm. And like I met him at a cigar bar. And he's telling me like, yeah, I'm like, oh, so you're into dental, dental like hygiene. He's like, no. I own the clinic.
That's it.
Like I hire doctors and they have their staff, they have their assistants, and I pay the doctors. I'm like, right. So you're not a dentist? No, I have no degree. Yeah. Blew my mind.
So do we have excuses?
Blew my mind.
Not having a college education?
No.
You don't need a college education.
You don't need it. Nope.
You don't. Stay in school, everybody. Let's be clear and get the right. I want to make. I want to be clear because I know how. I know how the what's name is. If you got to be qualified for certain things, you can't be a doctor without no damn degree. A qualified doctor without a degree, right? But you don't. What I'm saying is, we have no excuses. You can own a clinic with felonies.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Is it fair to say, okay, damn, this just came to my mind. So you need degrees to practice. You don't need a degree to own.
You don't need no degree to own.
Right. That's
right.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need a degree to own, but you need a degree to practice.
100%.
So many times, it's the goal here to practice or to own.
Well, everybody can't. I shouldn't say can't. Everybody don't want to have the desire to be. Honestly, I really don't even no more really have a desire to be an owner. It's too much work.
It is a lot of work.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't need. Some people just want to. They go to school. They work hard. They got their doctor's degree. They just want the check at this point, right? They don't want to run the business, right? Looking at the number, man, it's stressful. Everybody's not meant for that. All right, everybody don't want that. Be great at what you do best.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need to own everything, but we as black men need to own our own stuff. And get it ASAP. You know what I mean? We don't need no degree for it. We need to come up. we need to break these barriers. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters and our Caribbean brothers and sisters and our brothers that come from Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia. Mm-hmm. Let's break these barriers. All right, because at the end of the day, when you ride through our open enemy, you're a nigga like everyone else. All right, let's not let language divide us. All right, that's not because technically we all come from the motherland.
Yep.
Let's just make that perfectly clear here. And when you recognize that and not allow the culture, your specific short-term culture that you just gained temporarily, when you don't allow that to divide you from your rest of the brothers and sisters from all around the world that we come from, right? Then we're able to connect even more, right? Don't allow that to happen because they like to feed on our differences. And when we have a lot more in common than what we think at the end of the day. And, because technically we from the tribe of Shabazz to be exactly, but that's another topic for another time. And when you realize that, then you understand like, oh, I don't allow. And then now, look, if you Dominican, it was the Spaniards that called you Dominican. It ain't you called yourself Dominican. All right. The Spaniards did. All right. Whatever you say that you are, I can show you a white man called you that first. You didn't call yourself that. We say Egypt. The white man named it Egypt, not black people. The actual name is Kemet. That's what we called it.
I did not know that.
Of course. I can show you that whatever you call yourself, I'll show you a white man at the end of the day. Look, we call it Africa. It's named after African traveler. I mean, a white traveler. And America's
Vespucci.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
It's always named after somebody that's white. Adam renamed everything on the planet, right? So a new man came on the planet and renamed everything. We never called ourselves what we call ourselves today. That's why the white man runs nonsense of this planet. For the record, and it's not for the record, this is pure truth. We're not teaching hatred or anything like that. I want to make that perfectly clear here. But we are going to teach the truth and be real about it and not sugarcoat anything. I don't think that you need to hate white people. They act in the way how they need to act at the end of the day. You need to act better for yourself. This is a self-improvement thing. Learn and have confidence in yourself. Understanding who for you and who against you.
Yeah.
But you can't identify anyone else if you can't identify yourself. Identify who you are. Let's be clear here. So, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you came and literally left a trail of nuggets. Like you left a trail of gold nuggets just in the room, and you just filled up the room with a lot of gems, man. As we kind of wrap this up, put a lid on this capsule,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Until the next time,
yes, sir.
Right? How can we keep in touch with you? Follow you? How are you growing where can we keep in touch with you in the Internet of Things?
Oh, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sir Rashaan Ali. You can follow me on on all media platforms, Sir_Rashaan Ali, RASHAAN. I start calling myself Sir Rashaan Ali because obviously the actor, the sister, her name Rashaan Ali too, but she spelled her name with one A. I spelled mine with two A's. So because I didn't want to mix it up, everybody, and it's funny now because everywhere I go, they be like, Sir Rashaan Ali.
Sir, yo, hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, so I had to put the Sir to let them know the male version. Like when you put Sir Rashaan Ali, I don't care on any search engine, then you see me. But if you just type Rashaan Ali, it's going to be a mixture of me and her. And I want to make it easy for people.
I mean, I think you're gonna be able to break the algorithm soon enough. You know what I mean? Like, I think the algorithm will fall in your favor because you bring a wealth of knowledge, and like I think a lot of people sit up in their chair when they see you on a platform. Like I'll tell you what, it's crazy. When I reached out to you like a couple days before, like early this week, I was watching this and I'm in my mind like, yo, and what's crazy? Your name has been on my board. I have a home office. Yo, your name has been on my board. Like, I gotta get you on the pod.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got to, because again, like my duty is to not only just be the innovative mind, but I want to bring perspectives into my universe for my audience to know that one, like I'm interested in what my friends are doing. like very, very much.
Sir,
Like I'm interested into their perspectives, into the things they talk about, and I'm just not one track minded, right? Like I'm not, I don't just sit around and just have like gizmos and gadgets. Like nah, I'm interested into what everyone that likes what you like, I like that too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Like,
sir. No, most that, man, and it's love, man. I'm watching what you're doing, man. I mean, I'm not even shocked. To say that I'm shocked what you're doing, I'll be lying.
Facts.
I'm not. Sometimes
Respect.
people,
Respect.
I actually don't expect anything less from you.
Respect, and never.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't.
And this is it's like, we don't speak every day, but when we speak, it's always love. And it's always an update of what we doing, right?
Yeah,
and it's
a play to be made.
I actually love that I get to meet my friends and that I don't even speak to every day,
right?
But when we speak to each other, it's yo, I'm doing this. I'm like, yo, that last play that I was telling you about, it's the and here go a new play and X one. It's like, I'm not even shocked. I just can't wait to hear the next thing. Next time I see you. Next time I speak to you. And that is the most beautiful thing. And just, man, got the hand sanitizers in the schools. Hey, man, I said, I start off when I remember when you first was trying to do it.
Yep.
You said, yo, I'm about to do it. You said X and you conquering what you said you want to do.
Follow through. Yep.
And that just shows, man. It shows a lot about you. You know what I mean? And it shows. I always just thank the God for having me meeting good people. Like sometimes people be like, I just don't understand when everybody around you bad. Like you don't have no good people around you.
Right.
Like you don't know no good people.
Right.
Like I don't even hang around or be around or associate with bad people. When I say bad people, I'm not saying that you don't got flaws, but I'm talking about like everybody that I know is doing something.
Right.
Or I should say everybody I surround myself with or spend a lot of time with at a time setting. Rather if I see you once a year and we spending a couple hours together, I don't spend a couple hours with nobody.
Right.
That's not productive in life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's also because you're vibrating so high that sometimes you may be weeding out people that aren't on your wavelength, right? That isn't on that frequency. It's all frequency.
And you said something that's so profound. I just want to say this. For people that I grew up with.
Yep.
I love all y'all. This is sincere. I'm still the same person.
Right.
Don't ever think because I'm in a nation, I don't drink, smoke, I don't be partying like that. Cause I go to events.
Of course.
I still rock with each and every. Y'all can still be yourself. You ain't got to be all, bruh. Just because, have confidence in yourself. I rock with you for who you are.
Right. And own that.
Own that.
Own that person.
That's who I'm not never acting different. And because when they see me in public, it's always love. Like it's not like they act funny towards me. No one acts funny towards me. It's always love when they see me. But I know sometimes they go out, they like, they feel like because they not, I heard this plenty of times, nah, as you said, man, I'm not right now. I don't want to waste your time.
Right.
Bruh, you can't cheat the process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to wait till you feel as though that you got yourself fixed up and then you want to deal with me. Let me meet you where you at.
Right.
The only time we look down on somebody is when we picking them up.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only time. I would never look down on any one of us. In fact, Allah says none of us is worthy. It's only by his grace and mercy. Mm-hmm. He said our righteousness is like filthy rags in the eyes of Allah. So I'm not perfect. I got my own trust and believe.
Yeah.
I got my own
flawed in some way.
I got my own shenanigans, dog.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of the day, but I don't make no excuses for it. And I'm going to own it. Mm-hmm. And you ain't going to never be able to use it against me.
Right.
Because I own my own stuff. And So I'm never looking down on anyone. I don't feel that way. So you said something, and I know that vibration, as you said, weeds a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And man,
It's unintentional.
It's unintentional. No, 100%.
It's never intentional. Sometimes it's hard to break that focus, right? And we do have friends, childhood friends, or like just subordinates, colleagues, whatever the case may be, that on look this growth, this constant leveling up, whenever, and now you're a public figure, man.
Hey, yo, I'm just grinding.
You grinding, yeah. But hey, no, but the reason why I have to say these things, because again, like, you can't see the picture while you're still in the frame.
And it's hard to see it. So
you know what I'm saying? So like, you're a persona, you're an identity, you are a figure, right? And you have, like, people trust that what you're saying is the right guidance, right? And you have earned that. You have earned the right to say that, right? You have earned the right for people to follow you.
100%. And it's heavy, and I understand exactly what you're saying. And right now, this is about to be my first time publicly embracing this. I am embracing that, and I'm just trying to get people. I'm just trying to get people to follow me, to follow the minister. Because it's nothing, I'm not here of myself. I'm borrowing, but when you hear me speak wisdom, this is the wisdom of the Nation of Islam. I just probably don't talk, I'm not saying it to you in a religious term. I'm just talking, I'm coming to the language of the people.
It's very practical, it's very applicable.
100%.
Right.
I didn't join the nation for religion. In fact, I don't even believe in religion. This is just a way of life. So I'm just talking regular, because a lot of times people get spooky. They hear the word Muslim or they think religion. It's not about that. A Muslim only means one who submits entirely to the will of God. That's it. I just submit. That's it. Islam only means peace. Right? That's it.
Nation of peace.
That's it.
Never knew that.
That's it.
Didn't know that.
So at the end of the day, right? Let's not be spooky.
Yeah.
Right? You buying the bean pie from a Muslim ain't about to turn you Muslim overnight. Yeah. Stop. You feel me? Like,
it's TV. It's what TV people. It's TV, man.
No, for facts, right? So I'm just trying to get you to see it from. I come from where we from the bottom together. So I'm trying to get you to see it in that way.
Yeah.
Like, same way how Doug taught me how to do it the legal way, or what I was doing illegally. He showed me, you was managing, I'm going to show you how X, Y, and Z. I'm going to make you more professionalism, the whole 9 yards, a certain way to talk to people, communicating, learn better communication skills. So I'm always trying to learn a better way to communicate with people. That's key. The number, you in communications. That's how you can be right all you want. Can you communicate that to somebody? You could be right. You could know something all you want.
That's the skill.
You could know 2 + 2 is 4 all day long. Can you teach that?
Right. It takes skill to do that.
It takes skill.
Right.
So that's why you embrace brothers who got their communication skills. Embrace brothers who got in management. You got to learn to do what?
I gotta be a people. Like,
you got to learn to
communicate. Right.
You can managing what? If you're dealing with people. You got to manage people. In order for you to get people to follow you, you got to learn how to communicate effectively. How to win friends and influence people.
Yep.
That's a good book for everybody to read.
Yeah, that's Dale.
Dale
Carnegie. Yo, man, I want to give a shout out to our PR extraordinaire, LaTroy Watson, behind the camera. Shout out, brother. Yo, Rob, I already know, bro. Like, it ain't about nothing. Till the next time on the Black Idea Guy podcast.
You need me, bro.
Just some housekeeping. Yo, I actually started. Yo, I got the plays, man. Yeah. Shout out to DAP. We're doing a lot of things coming up now. We're getting more into. We're expanding our list of school districts that we're getting into. Beyond DAP. I am going to start opening up to do more brand consultation calls. So I've started this online service where people can, subscribe to, not subscribe really, but you could book sessions, and I look through like different either marketing campaigns, marketing strategies, and I help to create these strategies. I do like content calendars, and I'm helping just build better brands, right? Yeah, like my background in advertising has pulled me into this world where I've become an authority. And I'm just trying to, just leverage my brand management abilities, leverage my management abilities to just create better brands, and also brands that speak more culturally, like speak that cultural tone. I think DAP is a great example of it, right? DAP is a very, very urban tone brand, but it's universal because when you look across the world, right, people DAP, right, all over.
I want to say this. I want to ask you on air because in all those who watch it,
talk to me.
I need help with. In the past, and I turned them down. In the past, I was offered to go speak at universities, right? To go talk at universities. At the time, I wasn't ready, right? Now I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that knows how to get me to, and I'm any university, no matter, but particularly HBCUs,
of course,
right? I'm ready.
Okay.
So anybody that's watching.
If I could do that, if I could start to get that conversation going even on air, this could be an on air quick little consultation situation. Yes, is so the first really and truly. Your presentation is already like set. Like you have execution wise, you could do that.
Yes, sir.
Any day.
Yes, sir.
What it really takes to get into the universities is what they call like a sort of like a media profile. Media kit, right?
Got that.
Just compile the clips that you have. You have hitters. Mm-hmm. You got the clips that's gonna get somebody seated. But I also would say a real strong way in is anchor your best clips to say, find out. Let's say you were going to what's the school in Atlanta? All boys school, Morehouse, right? So you're going to Morehouse, right? You find a find a week that they're doing a chain of events and anchor your press kit to that week. Hey, during this week, I have this presentation that I've been giving to these schools, right? Because the thing about the HBCU is similar to the Ivy League, HBCUs, once one school gets a speaker,
that's all it takes.
They all want that speaker because they don't want to be left out. We had him come to speak with us. Now we got to get him over here.
I need help.
I
need help. Listen, this is the reason why. Like, this is you hit it on the nose. I need help. I'm broadcasting this.
Yeah,
I need help because the only thing I really want to do now, I'm trying to do less work for myself. Mm-hmm. And focus on what I'm doing right now, right? Mm-hmm. Perfecting what I'm doing right now. I'm tired of trying to do everything.
Right.
So I need somebody who want to be a part of the team, right? And let's push the culture.
That can move, yeah.
I'm not trying to speak to all the HBCUs. I'm not trying to send nothing. Mm-hmm. That's what someone I need. That's why I say I need help. I need somebody else to do that. Mm-hmm. And only thing I need to know is, we got this date. We going here on this date.
Here's something that you can do to even hack through that, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a piece of content that you could do where literally, if you do this how I know you can correctly do this.
Okay.
You will get everything inbound, right? Uh-huh. During homecoming week, right? During homecoming week, homecoming usually falls in between September and October in colleges. For HBCUs, you can create, right, like a powerful video of some sort that references a particular university. Let's say you do Morgan State, Howard, and Morehouse, right? Create a piece of content and name drop that. Like name drop the universities in that content. Tag them, right? And shoot that to their Instagram. Shoot that to their socials. Because it's the personnel that's managing the socials that will share it with whoever the communications director is at the university. Mm-hmm. And once they see that this individual is talking about their school, the chances of them reaching out to you are much higher. Mm-hmm. And then when you get on campus, right, and you actually are there to have that conversation with whomever said activities coordinator is, because that's who you're talking to. The person that's going to book you to come speak is the head of campus events. It ain't the dean, it ain't the president. It's the person that's going to keep all their students engaged, right? The students got to want you on campus. It ain't the administration. What the administration will do whatever the students are about. That's the piece.
There you go.
That's the piece. All you got to do is just build a familiarity amongst the student body, right? You'll be a rock star once you show up. is that piece.
Make sure you send me this clip.
Yo, you got the clip. The clip is here.
Hey, yo,
this
make
clip
sure
is
you send me
yours,
the
man.
clip.
This
Yo.
clip is yours. This is what we doing,
For
bro.
real, for real. I need to. Okay.
This is what we doing, bro. And bro, any way that I can be effective into helping, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like
appreciate that.
like me giving this small insight, bro. Because this is bro. I'm telling you, you have the tools. You're here because of I know you can do that. Like obviously you my man too.
No, but I understand.
But beyond but I think too, I want to say this too, but like yeah, we're friends. Yeah, you're my boy. But I see you just like on a I respect you. I respect what you're doing.
Appreciate
you know? And for anybody that has a platform and that can amplify and do something for someone that they see grinding, it's your duty. It's my duty to bring you on my platform. What I look like, how much of an authority am I if I know the next voices coming up and they don't grace my platform. My platform can't be that if everybody don't come through here that's doing it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it literally like it's like you know, like if you were an up and coming artist and you didn't go to the Apollo back in the day, you wasn't really that.
It wasn't really that. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like what kind of platform I'm gonna have if the people doing this that's rising aren't coming through here?
I appreciate that.
You know,
man.
so I had to get you on this, bro.
I know you said this is not a day to be humble, but I'm humbled.
Oh man, this ain't a humble space,
you.
bro.
Yo, I appreciate you. Hey.
Well, that was the big show.